back with my friend Nay, old school homie. So I guess this will probably be like the conversation series. Mm-hmm. So today's conversation will be on Black businesses
and supporting them.
Springboard. I guess. No, I guess just you start.
Okay, so one of my major goals in life is to build the Black economy. Mm-hmm. Because, we always hear and see all these 1,000 memes on Facebook about how we have $1 trillion of buying power and all of this. And you turn around and you're like, no one knows where a Black business is or where it exists. Mm-hmm. So, together, my partner Will and I, first we started from after Mike Brown was gunned down in the street, and the initiative started
murdered.
Yes.
You can say murdered.
Yes. Don't get started. So after that happened, there was an initiative started basically to, support Black-owned businesses and to only shop at Black-owned businesses. And participating in these groups and in these forums, a lot of times you hear people say, oh, I would support a Black-owned business, but, I don't know where they are, and, do any exist, and blah, blah, blah. And, of course, we just felt like that was really melodramatic and an excuse and whatever. So we were like, well, fine, we'll create the Black Business Collective, Black-owned Business Collective on Facebook. And it started out, and we were like, oh, wow, we have 100 people in the group, but we were feeling really good about ourselves. Right. And it started to grow.
It's a lot harder to get 100 people to like something than you think.
Exactly. To participate, period.
Right.
So, but I think because so many people were fed up and felt the initiative behind supporting Black businesses, that kind of sprung into like its own beautiful beast. And currently we're probably a few shy from 10,000 members today.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
That's a large accomplishment.
And we started it August 19th, and today is
August 22nd. Seriously?
Last year, August 19th.
Oh, I was about to say.
Mike Brown.
Well,
not in 2 days.
I'm like, I'm sorry. Let me give you some
I wish I had that
here.
kind of power. No, but even still, 10,000 in a year.
I had a moment there. I swear. Go ahead.
Is an accomplishment in and of
itself. It still is in a year. Yes.
But even with that, we still see a lot of people in the community who are hesitant to, even a part of the group, are hesitant to support each other and support Black businesses. And we find a lot of people, because now having 10,000 members and thousands of members at whatever time we were taking these polls, saying certain things like, I would support a Black business, which, Black businesses usually have cheap products and da-da-da. And we're like, but 9 out of the 10 businesses that you've seen in this group alone have provided you with, exceptional products. So
Absolutely.
Why does everyone still have this stigma and this thought process about Black businesses, not providing the proper service and this and that? And like, people, they'll automatically judge a Black business harder than they would any other business. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
you can find poor service at
of
a
course,
Black business.
Absolutely.
The same way you
would
can find
it
poor
at
service
business.
Anybody else owning a business.
And I'm like,
it's the luck of the draw.
There'll be a Black business,
and also the way you approach people. Think about that.
Exactly.
When you come in with an attitude, you come in the store loud. Or if you come in there with being just nasty, then don't be surprised if someone meets you with that same tone. Absolutely.
Right. And then the other thing too is be mindful of what you accept from other people that you then won't accept from Black people. Mm-hmm. You'll go into, the Arab store or whatever, the Chinese store, and they're following you around the store, but you still walk out of there with product.
Right.
Versus you go into the Black store and
they greet you, ask you if you need help.
And then you still have it like, oh, this costs too much. And you'll get an attitude and walk out with nothing. And it's like, well, why weren't they were wonderful to you and they supported you and they're, showing you love and whatever. Why wouldn't you return that? Keeping this Black business alive, keeping the dollars revolving in our community. But yet you went over here where they were following you around, gave you no respect, and you still walked out with something and gave them your hard-earned dollars. So it's a matter of being mindful that I think a lot of people fail to do, and just talk about in general. Like, no one really sits here and says these things. Like, we know that it happens,
right?
But no one is acknowledging you know, the way that we respond to Black businesses.
Mm-hmm. Then you could also go to, say, it's a T-shirt, or not even. Say someone hand makes jewelry. You'll spend.
I'm wearing some Black-owned handmade jewelry. Shout out to Imani Jewelry.
Person A, Nay, thinks he's interested as well. Nay is selling a piece for $25. It's a ring. Let's just say it's a ring for $25. And then you have Buffy selling the same ring for $25. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are going to sit and look at Nay's shop or Nay's product and say, oh, it's probably some hustle, or it's probably not even, you know, made of quality. It's just going to turn, or I'm not going to spend $20.
1,000 excuses. Right.
But you'll see Buffy, and it's just like, well, she looks real artsy. She, you know what? That's really nice. Oh, this is probably some like holistic material that is found only from the Iowiest of the Iowa-grown potato skin. I don't fucking know. But there's so many conceptions that you'll build in your mind to support somebody else. It's the exact same product. It's the same effort. It's the same passion. And it's not to say that just because you're white or just because you're Black or because you're Asian or because you're Spanish, whatever it is that a lot of people tend to not want to stay in, and I say a lot of people because we're brown women. Mm-hmm. So I'm discussing the brown community, the Black community, where we'll shy away from our own people doing things and go someplace else because there's that perception that it's going to be better than what we would get at the Black.
That's just like the saying goes, white water is better than black water.
Oh, God.
So, and it's like, it's water. Your water is not better than my water. Like,
I will sure enough buy water off of one of these dudes selling bottles of water on a conduit, because guess what? It's the same bottle of Poland Spring that they're going to charge me $1.25 because I paid $1.25 in the subway yesterday because I was carrying a bunch of bags from Trader Joe's and my purse, and I was thirsty. Exactly. But I paid the $1.25 over water this size. It's not a 24 ounce or a 16 ounce. I paid $1.25. I clearly feel a way about spending $1.25 on a bottle of water. But my point is that bottle of Poland Spring is the same.
It's absolutely the same. And as a matter of fact, the other day I actually just gave a guy in the conduit $1 because I was like, I feel you.
Right.
And I know that
you're outside in the heat. I'm in my air car.
I feel you. And he was like giving me the water, and I'm like, no, like, go ahead. Mm-hmm. And I think that's another thing that we also don't do. Like, sometimes just give it. If you have it and you see this person is working and they're just going ahead, here, this is for you. Like, it's that support that we don't have in our community that we need to have.
There are also expectations. You'll walk into a store and see something for, matter of fact, not even a store. When I was bartending, Black-owned business. It was the only Black establishment in Long Island. It was a strip club, by the way. I was not stripping. I was a bartender. Just want to put that out.
Let's be clear.
So, or I don't want to say the only, but I think it was like the first Black-owned strip club, or the first Black-owned, I had to probably strip club. It was the only, or the first. That's what I'm alluding to. And it was a Black-owned business. When I tell you, we had like the cheapest, I don't want to say the cheapest bottles, because it's the same ass bottle of Hennessy that you're going to get here at this strip club anywhere else. You're going to get the same bottle at the Taste of Honey that you would have gotten at, what's the, I don't even know these places are called, at like Cityscapes.
Yeah,
or
like, looking for the
like, you can go to a club in the city, spend $350 on this same bottle of Hennessy, and then you will get to me at the Taste of Honey, and when I tell you, you need to give me $150 for this bottle of Hennessy, you're going to try to bargain me down. Bro, are you serious? You will go to the bar with your little Gucci belt on, with your Gucci loafers, or you come with this whole facade, and you are trying to bargain me down on the cheapest price you've ever heard on a bottle of fucking alcohol at an establishment. And and then your argument to me is, that's just, you know how much that bottle is at the store? Brother, we at the store?
Exactly.
Is this the store?
Exactly.
It's not.
And you knew that you were coming in here to get the Hennessy when you came in here. Otherwise, you would have gotten it at the store.
Right. You will pay the $10 cover. First of all, it was a $10 cover. $10, bro. If you're going out, you're anticipating spending money. So when you get to the door, don't question the person at the door talking about $10 though.
Yep.
$10 though. For what? You'll go someplace else and spend $25. You'll give them $25 to get in.
No question.
I hear dudes pay like $40 and $50 to get. First of all, me never.
Ever.
I ain't the one.
Ever.
I'm not
My
spending.
boyfriend isn't even paying that much.
Mm-mm.
That's not going down.
Nope. Negative. You'll pay $50 someplace else to walk through the door. You will pay $25. Walk through the door. Get here, $10. And because where I was at the bar was right by the door. Mm-hmm. So I'm listening to you argue this man down on $10. For what? You go anywhere else and you give them the money. No questions asked. Yeah. No debates. You give the money freely and willingly. Mentally, you may feel a way about it, but you're not going to mention it to nobody. And then you sure enough get to that bar. You and your boys collectively pull your money together, or because you ball and you do it yourself, whatever your thing is, and then you spend $350 on the same bottle of Hennessy that I'm charging you $150 for. But because it's a black establishment, you're going to question and now expect me to give you something more. I get that $5 for a bottle of water is a hefty price because you could go anyplace else and spend $1. But I for damn sure do still understand that we are in an establishment. This is a club. You are not supposed to pay the same price that you would pay at the store because you're not at the store. I'm serving it to you. The same way you spend, $7 or $10 on a burger at what's my place called? Five Guys. Love me some Five Guys. I will spend that $9 for a burger, a double what do I get? I get a double bacon cheeseburger with extra ketchup, lettuce, tomatoes. I think it's like $8 or $7. It's freaking expensive for a damn burger. Whereas I could go home and make a burger. I could get a box of burgers.
Box of burgers.
And the buns. For $5.
Thank you.
But I realize that someone's making it for me. It's being prepared for me. That is what you're paying for.
Yeah.
So you go to a black business and you will try to bargain for something less and never go any place else where anyone else owns that. White, Spanish, Arab, Asian, whatever. Go pay what they're looking for and you leave. Mm-hmm. Black restaurants. Wherever you go, you're going to pay for things. I don't understand why you're expecting to pay grocery store prices when you go out. Like, that's not how it works.
If that's the case, you just make it yourself.
Right. That's what you're trying to avoid.
That's the whole point. That's going out to eat.
Thank you.
Somebody else cook for me.
There's always that saying, this is what happens when you let black people do it. Or this is what happens when... That's what happens when you go to a less than reputable establishment.
Period. It doesn't matter
anybody
what the color of the person. Yes.
Anybody can sell you, a defective T-shirt. Anybody can sell you, a piece of jewelry that's going to fall apart in 2 weeks.
And to be quite frank, the other races are more likely to do it.
Because they have more of these establishments.
They're more likely to provide you because if you think about the cost of the product, they're more willing and able to get something for cheap and mark up the price to something ridiculous because it costs more to get something at a cheaper price. So they're actually able to afford to buy something more cheaper and then mark the price up. Where for us, we're going to give as best quality as we can and not get it for, as cheap as possible and then have to charge a little bit more for it. So 9 out of 10, just like when you see things on the back of something and, there is a saying where there's a sticker that says made in China and you're like, oh, that's why it's so cheap or whatever.
Right.
Like 9 out of 10, you're getting something cheaper from somewhere else. And they're paying less for it. Even though you may have paid $20 for it, it probably cost them 10 cents.
Right.
Versus this black person that is up here, going and running and trying to get the least amount of price as possible so that they can charge you the least amount of price as possible, which people fail to realize that happens. And everybody's just like, oh, it's cheap because it's black.
Negative. Yeah. And also there's just why not just support your people?
In general.
There's nothing wrong with that. You have, you know what I don't remember where I heard it or where it came up, but someone was saying the way Jews go to Hebrew school. They, learn about their culture, so that not only
the truth about their history,
so that not only they go to regular school, then they go to Hebrew school. Just not so that they do all this so that their children can be educated as just a normal student in America or wherever they are, and then also to be educated in their history, in their culture. Yeah. It's like they spend within their communities, they help their communities, and I don't understand why it's so far-fetched to do the same in our community.
Exactly. They pretty much, the Jewish community spends the dollar circulates in their community at least 11 times before it goes out into another community, where the black community is lucky for that to happen once. So it's like we receive our money and then we go and we spend it with non-black owned establishments, and it's like that doesn't make any sense, and then we wonder why there aren't black owned establishments. Like, if you're not supporting them, if you're not putting your dollars into them, eventually they're going to die, and we all know that within the first 2 years it is very easy for a business to tank.
Any business,
period. So if you're not giving that support, and if you're not putting in that money into these businesses, then they're not going to be around. And in addition to telling people about these businesses, like
word of mouth.
If you find a great black business that you love, bring people. Tell them about it. Say, hey, this is where I went. This is where I got this. This is the same way I just said about, Imani Jewelry earrings, or the Black is the New Black, onewillfocus.com, the onewillfocus.com t-shirt. Like, these are the things that every day I'm sharing. If I take a photo and I'm wearing these things and it's on my Facebook page, I'm crediting these people, because I want people to go and support them and make sure that they're able to, stay around and continue to provide these services, because I love her earrings. If I want her to keep providing me with these earrings, I need her to still be there to do it.
Absolutely.
I can't buy the earrings if she doesn't exist anymore. So,
even if for selfish reasons. Shit, you
like
it.
That's the number one reason.
Maybe somebody else will like it. And if somebody else likes it, you can keep getting them, because this person is going to stay employed. They're going to stay frequented, and they're going to keep money in their pockets. There's nothing wrong with supporting your own. And it's not to say that you have to give money for inferior products, or you have to buy things that you don't like. No. That's not what we're trying to say here.
No.
We're just saying that when the exact same thing is offered to you, why not just support someone that looks like you? Period. It's really, because, honestly, if there are, and it's not to say that you can't buy from people that don't look like you either. I love Etsy. Etsy is one of, I think, the greatest compilation, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a great hub for handmade things. I like handmade things, little tchotchkes and things around the house, and I think they're pretty and all that shit. So I'm not going to not buy something because the person doesn't look like me, but I'll be damn sure it's like, you know what? I support what this person is doing because they look like me. I like what they're doing. So even if I'm uncertain about buying it, or if I'm saying, I really only wanted to spend $25, but they're charging $35, what's an extra $10 to support someone to keep that someone else may not support? We already have a harder time having the masses support us, because the same way someone will look at you or I and say, I don't really want to support someone that looks like them. I would like to be the person that says, I want to support someone that looks like me. Exactly. Because we all know that there are plenty of things that can be used to say why we're not as good as, or why we're not as deserving as another shop. So it doesn't hurt for you to say, you know what, the same way I would take a chance on ordering from this site, the same way I'll take a chance ordering a couple of $6 t-shirts and $4 whatever from one of the little Asian websites on, the internet, because a lot of these little boutiques, ladies, don't get it twisted. The same $70 you're paying for a dress, you can really get it for $12 and $15 and $7 on one of these little boutiques when they cut out the middleman. You're ordering from a Chinese website and they're shipping it from China.
And it's going to take you 30 days to get it.
But damn sure. But I bet you spent a whole lot less. You ain't going to be as mad.
Exactly.
But if I know that someone is curating their boutique, if they are selecting things and the markup isn't as ridiculous, I'm not telling you to spend $70 for something that you know should only cost you $15 just because they look like you. But I'm saying, if you present it with 2 options, 3 options, 12 options, some of them look like you, some of them don't. Why not be that person to say, I'm going to support what you're doing?
And a lot of it really goes back to when we say things like, you know, why don't we have better schools? And why don't we have, you know, why doesn't my neighborhood look like this neighborhood?
And why are black people always sports players? Why are they always ball players? Why are they always like, musicians and rappers?
9 out of 10, you're ignoring the craftsmen, you know? And when we think about it, the actual top earning black-owned businesses, most of them are people who do, like, construction or, you know, home building or repairs. And so things like that, like, don't ignore your black businesses. They exist. They're around. Don't just think just because you ran into somebody who happens to be black that they're not credited in whatever their business is. Like,
right.
And also don't be ashamed to ask, hey, the same way you would any other business. I'm not just going to call up, you know, Joe the handyman and be like, hey, come fix my toilet. I need to know that you actually know what you're doing. Are you a credited plumber? In the same way that you would do that for white Joe, do it for black Joe. But just make sure that if they're both giving you the same options, well then, hey, I might as well go with black Joe. Let's keep the money in our community, because then once we finally are all getting past the, oh, I don't have any money to do stigma, then we can do things like build.
Yes.
Then we can have our own schools. Then we can police our own neighborhoods. Then we can beautify, you know, our neighborhoods to look the way that we want them to look in places where there are, you know, low-income housing and whatever the case may be. But all of that starts with first supporting each other. If we can't get our economics in order, we're not going to get anything else in order.
Right. Absolutely. So, speaking of black-owned businesses,
so we have the black business
curated. I don't know why, but that was one. I'm sorry. So laughed. I was trying to think of that word earlier. My fault. Sorry. It's there. Yep. Present.
So,
black-owned businesses. Sorry.
In addition to having the black business, I can't even get the name right because you had me laughing at curated. Black-owned business collective group on Facebook, where you can find us at facebook.com/group/Black Business Collective. We have taken all of the wonderful information and the wonderful businesses that we have found, and we still have tons more to add, and have put them onto the group's website is ourblackblog.com. So currently we have over 400 black businesses listed, and we are working towards getting that into the thousands. So if you have a black business, go and shoot us an email to info@ourblackblog.com.